Senate returned to plenary on Thursday, and top on its agenda was the need to protect local meter manufacturers in the ongoing national mass metering program by the Nigerian government. The project is to be financed with a $155 million loan from the World Bank to meter 1.2 million households in the second phase of the metering program. Problem is that none of the local manufacturers could meet the requirement in the tender by the Transmission Company of Nigeria based on guidelines set by the World Bank that seem to favor foreign companies to take the contracts. Senate viewed the arrangement as largely in violation of the country's laws on local content and called for the immediate review of it to encourage the participation of local manufacturers.
Urge the federal government to immediately suspend the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, Center for World Bank funded NMMP Phase 2 in order to undertake comprehensive review of the procurement criteria to prioritize local manufacturing and assembling in line with local content and backward integration policy.
The Senate reached the resolution following motion by Senator Victor Ume, Labour Party Anambra Central. Ume had in his motion noted that the duty of the industry regulator anywhere in the world is to protect the interests of local manufacturers. He said if the World Bank loan is allowed to be taken away by foreign companies, it will discourage local manufacturers with attendant consequence of massive job loss. According to Ume, local meter manufacturers under the umbrella of Association of Meter Manufacturers of Nigeria have the capacity to produce world standard smart meters that are even better than those the World Bank wants to procure from foreign companies.
Worried that the ongoing World Bank funded NMMP, that's the National Mass Metering Program Phase 2, seeks to promote foreign companies' participation against competent and pre-qualified local meter manufacturers will ultimately result in the loss of jobs and revenue. A deliberate policy to prioritize local manufacturing will catalyze job creation and economic growth.
The Senate also called on the Transmission Company of Nigeria to jettison the World Bank loan, look elsewhere at the African Export-Import Bank, the African Development Bank, and even the Central Bank of Nigeria for alternative loan if the World Bank loan conditions do not favor local economic growth.
At this critical time of massive unemployment and devaluation of our currency, those in support of prayer 2 say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
The motion enjoyed massive support from senators with all the prayers adopted.
All across, we take loans from China, we take from the World Bank, we take from everywhere, and then they insist that we must use their contractors and their manufacturers. That does not help us to grow.
All of this was on a day the Senate went behind closed doors for over an hour to deliberate on issues on its own internal security. Omo Bazwai, Arise News.